What's going on, Broncos country? Welcome on into the Broncos Breakdown by Chat Sports. Coming up on today's episode, I want to run through some of the Bills' biggest flaws that I would like to see Denver take advantage of and just things for you guys to keep an eye on while watching the game. So, the first flaw I want to point out is Buffalo's third down defense. It is one of the worst in the NFL. It ranks 29th, allowing opposing offenses to convert 43.8% of the time. Now, let's just talk for a moment about what makes a bad third down defense. It's not just that when third down pops up, the defense forgets how to play defense and they just start pissing down their leg. No, what usually contributes the most to a bad third down defense is bad defenses on first and second down, right? Meaning they allow the other team to get it to third and short, third and manageable. So that leads me to the overarching point that I want to make here is Denver has to be productive on their early downs, right? We've got to see them pick up positive yards on first down because you don't want to let the Bills off the hook with one of their biggest weaknesses. They allow teams to convert way too often on third down, which means Broncos got to put themselves in a good position to be successful on third down because that's when the Bills are sometimes at their worst. I would love to see this Broncos defense have long, sustained drives knowing, hey, even if it's not 3rd and 1, like we just got to get to 3rd and 5, 3rd and 6, and we're going to convert at a high rate. So let's see some positive yards on first down. Now, what does that mean? Well, running the football is usually a good way to do that, but you can become a little bit too predictable if you always run on first down. Plus, Denver hasn't really done a very good job of running the ball this year. So what I would suggest or what I would like to see is let's get some RPOs on first down, right? I think Bo Nix has done a fantastic job of going through his progressions this season. He's the most experienced rookie quarterback, you could argue, in NFL history, an FBS record for number of starts at the collegiate level. So, RPO this thing. Let's get the ball in Bo's hands, allow him to make the decision to read the defense, hand it off to the running back, keep it for himself to run, or find someone quick to throw to. But I would like to see, hey, let's get some quick, cheap yardage on first down because we know that if you get it from 1st and 10 to 2nd and 5, you could take a shot on 2nd and 5. If it doesn't work out, good news is 3rd and 5 is not going to be that difficult against the Bills defense based on the way they have played this season. Now, before we look at the second flaw, it is science. The more subscribers we get, the more dubs we get. The Broncos Breakdown channel has been one of the largest growing channels at Chat Sports over the last month. Well over 2,000 subscribers added. So thank you to everyone who has clicked that sub button down below. But if you have not already, I invite you to go ahead and do so. We are less than 25 away from 31,500. Would love to get there before kickoff. Second flaw to keep an eye on is the receiver talent. Now, I'm sure there are some Bills fans watching right now who are irate, going, how dare you insult the Bills receiving core this year? They are underrated. And you know what? You're not entirely wrong. Keon Coleman's had a pretty strong rookie season in a lot of ways. Amari Cooper, I'd say, for a third-round pick, has been on the more underwhelming side since being acquired by Cleveland a third of the way into the season. Khalil Shakir, former Boise State product, he's had a strong campaign, 821 yards, 4 touchdowns. But the way I look at this Bills receiving room is, and this might be something that comes back to bite me, but I'm just going to say it, there's no one in that receiving room based on the way they have played this year, with the exception of Amari Cooper, given how successful he has been in his past. That really scares me to the point where that's someone they got to double team, right? There's no one that I feel like deserves so much attention that there's got to be a safety on top of that player. No, I'm comfortable. And again, this could be something that comes back to haunt me, but I trust PS2, Riley Moss, and Jaquan McMillan to just kind of go mano-a-mano for much of the game. Now, you don't want to put them on man coverage the entire game because they're going to get exhausted running all over the field. I mean, just think about as you start to play your Turkey Bowl games, how you get gassed a little bit and you're like, all right, let me take a turn rushing the quarterback so I can catch my breath. You want to incorporate that as well into your corners so that they're not running down the field and running back and doing it all over again the next play. But for the most part, I'm comfortable with watching these three corners go man-on-man with these wide receivers for the Bills and allowing maybe in a safety to drop into the box right? And letting that safety just spy on Josh Allen to limit his mobility because he is so dangerous with his legs, right? Feeling like, hey, we can rush four because our pass rush is one of the best, if not the best in the NFL, if you want to go off just by sacks alone. And then allowing one or two guys to just patrol the field, keep an eye on Allen. What's going to infuriate me the most is Denver gets the Bills to 3rd and 11, and Josh Allen scrambles for 15 yards and a first down because they're so concerned with the threats at the receiver position that no one's watching Allen. Allen's a fantastic quarterback, no doubt about that, not trying to take anything away from him, and I'm sure there will be moments where he threads the needle in a man-on-man situation and throws a perfect pass that was just, simply put, impossible to defend. And that's the price of doing business when you go up against Josh Allen. But I'm willing to take a couple of those if it means on 3rd and 11, there's a spy or two on Allen, and they stop him for a 5-yard gain, and the Bills have to punt on 4th and 6. All because lack of receiver talent by Buffalo at least allows me to be comfortable with going man-on-man for much of the game and then using your extra safety or two and your linebackers to just watch 17. That's if the Bills beat the Broncos because Josh Allen throws 400 yards, perfect passes to Khalil Shakir, so be it, right? That's just losing to a superhero. If the Bills beat the Broncos because Josh Allen converts multiple 3rd and longs because no one's watching him because they're so concerned with Keon Coleman and Khalil Shakir, you are prioritizing the wrong threats. Stop the football first. Stop Josh Allen. If Keon Coleman beats you because of great passes from Allen, again, I can live with that. I can't live with Allen beating the Broncos because no one thinks we should probably put someone on the quarterback. Before we get on to the final third flaw, quick shout out to our sponsor today, which is Prize Picks. Prize Picks is super fun and super simple to use. All you do is pick more or less on at least 2 players' stat projections for a chance to win up to 1,000 times your money. With over 10 million members and billions of dollars in awarded winnings, Prize Picks has made daily fantasy sports accessible to all. So while you watch some of the games this upcoming weekend, if you want to have some extra interest and whatnot, Prize Picks is a super fun way to do that. Here are some of my selections for the upcoming slate of games. I invite you to download the app right now and play along with me. Go to Prize Picks, download the app, and use code CLNS to get $50 instantly after you play your first $5 lineup. All of that information is in the comments and description of today's video. Download the app today and use code CLNS to get $50 instantly after you play your first $5 lineup. Prize Picks. Run your game. Now, it would not be a Matthew Peterson preview type video if we did not bring up history. And history tells me if you score 27 plus points against Josh Allen and the Bills, you are in a good spot. Look at the last 4 playoff losses for Buffalo. Notice a common theme? 27 points allowed. 27 points allowed. Goes to overtime, so let's just say 36 points allowed. 38 points allowed. The Bills are not losing games in the postseason 13-10. They are losing games because their defense surrenders 27 or more points. Now, I don't think it's a good strategy for Denver to be like, hey, let's make this a shootout. I don't like Bo Nix's chances in a shootout with veteran Josh Allen. Maybe in a few years, but not year 1 for Nix. So, for me, this one really comes down to Denver's defense and their ability to slow down Josh Allen, but the Broncos' offense has to come to play as well. And it's a race to 27. And if I see the number 27 next to the Broncos on the scoreboard bug, I'm going to feel really confident about Denver's chances of winning this game. So just going off history alone, 27 points is the number to reach. If they don't get there, the Bills' offense likely will. And you are in a tough spot at that point. So who you got for Sunday? Denver or Buffalo? Let me know down below. Give me a DEN for the Broncos. Give me a BUF for the Bills. If, and understandably so, you're not super optimistic, you're uneasy. Speaking of history once more, history tells me we're going to get some chaos this weekend. Because since the NFL's expanded to a 17 playoff, 6-seeded Browns win, 6-seeded Niners win, 6-seeded Giants win, 7-seeded Packers win. We've had a 6 or 7 seed win every single year since the 17 playoff expansion. Why not us? Before we sign off, quick shout out to the Blue and Orange Club. Thank you guys so much for supporting the channel. Look forward to seeing every single one of you, and I mean that, every single one of you on Sunday for our Broncos-Bills playoff watch party. Thank you guys for tuning in. Hope you enjoyed today's episode, and I'll see everyone tomorrow and then leading up to game day.